I wouldn't have made it this far if I didn't have people who believed in me. My name is Laura Mueller and I'm a performance engineer at MoneyGram Haas Formula 1 team. As a performance engineer, my job obviously involves the performance of the car. So my main priorities are deciding on car setup before the weekend and during the weekend in conjunction with all the engineering groups, aero, tyres, the vehicle performance group, and obviously my race engineer. I also then set up the car with the mechanics, so to make sure that the car is to what we expect, and just give continuous feedback throughout the weekend to all the groups and also the driver on how we can improve performance, and also make sure that all areas within my responsibility are legal. I first realized I had an interest in engineering basically about a year after I finished school. I wasn't one of these people who knew what they wanted to do right after school or even in school, so I took a year off and went to Australia, like so many people. And there I was pondering what I wanted to do, and they have a lot of supercharged cars over there, and somehow I kind of rekindled my childhood interest in motorsport, so I just decided, let's become an engineer. At school, I actually had zero interest in physics, so my main subjects were actually obviously German, English, maths, and Italian and history. And I didn't do physics or chemistry in my last 2 years of school. So obviously mechanical engineering, there's a lot of mechanics, physics, maths, all these kind of things. Where I studied, the bachelor was actually 4 semesters for everybody the same. So even if you did chemical engineering, everybody kind of did the same baseline studies. And then I focused on vehicle dynamics. But I did combustion engines, electric engines, all these kind of things. I never faced any criticism studying in engineering. I was never really worried about anything. And within the realms of engineering groups, there has never been any issues. But obviously trackside, you come into a very different environment. And at least 5 to 10 years ago, there was still a lot of stigma around being a woman in motorsport, but it's never really worried me to the extent of stopping what I was doing. My interest in engineering wasn't really an interest in engineering, but it was always an interest in motorsport, because cliché, I'm German, I love Michael Schumacher, so from being a child I always watched Formula 1. So I never really studied mechanical engineering to work in like car production or something, so I always kind of admired the field of motorsport just because it always looked more interesting and passionate than designing an indicator. And the best thing about my job is that I can see results instantly. Usually within an hour of making a decision, I know if it was absolutely disastrous or baseline or really, really good. So the instant gratification is definitely one of the big parts of my job. And if a driver is happy with how we set up the car, there's like no better moment. I do remember a lot of inspirational people and people with good advice, because I feel like a field where people are passionate about something, they always have had like an interesting life and a lot of stuff to say about it. And I wouldn't have made it this far if I didn't have people who believed in me. So I think actually a very important thing is realizing you can't do it by yourself. Like the whole idea of if you just work hard enough you can make it is not true. You always need to have some sort of help, either people who push you, knowing people, or the financial background to actually get somewhere. So I think that's very important. One thing I would say to the next generation of female engineers is take no crap. You don't have to have the prerequisites for everything. As I said, I wasn't into physics in school, so you can make a late turn in your life and decide you want to do this. So you just have to put your heart into it. And yes, experience is the key. So I'm sure this is the most boring answer, but do as much internships as you can and just try it. If you want to get into motorsport, you have to, I don't know, become the tire woman in an F3 team. Just go to Silverstone and poke your nose around and ask, can I do something for you? Just, yeah, gain experience.